back, everybody, to the final match on our TV table here, live at the 2025 U.S. National Snooker Championships, live at the Champion Snooker Club in Concord, California. It's David Byrne in the booth. Glad that you've been with us all day, up and down, all around. Lots of excitement. Some wild shots, definitely. I'm still getting over Asani's shot in his first TV match. Definitely take a look back. Our second match of the day. He had a pot and rattled in the corner, then jumped up on the rail and slid all the way down into the middle pocket. But right now, it's Tommy Collins set to break off from in around the Motor City in Detroit, Michigan. I think he lives in Ann Arbor, so he's definitely close to Motown. Taking on Ajay Pradhakar, who is the president of the USSA, the governing body that puts on this tournament, as well as the president of the Pan American Billiards and Snooker Association, doing wonderful work to grow the game of snooker in the Americas, North, South, and a little bit in Central. Can't forget about them. It's kind of a tough one to tell, actually. Okay. Both players definitely know what to do when they get into the balls. And Jay has lifted the Tom Collins trophy a few times. I don't think Tommy has lifted the trophy named after his dad. Boy, he'd love to do that someday. I think you'd see a lot of tears rushing down his face if that was to happen. And you make long reds like that, it definitely can help. Just a little unfortunate that he's not really on a colored, and with that red sitting rather safe, or rather appetizing, it's going to have to come up with a good safe shot. Might be able to clip off this black. You come 2 cushions behind the yellow. Just going to find the right angle. Not wanting to gift anything to chance, just play a softer, safe shot. And hasn't really tied up the black, made it at least potable. We've seen a lot. We're going to see a re-rack here. No touching ball. So you could have it when there's no referees. Just to announce if it's touching ball or free ball. Don't leave anything to chance. Well, looks like it is going to be a re-rack. Yeah, Jay just talking to Tommy, so we're seeing it all today. Nothing gained, nothing ventured. Let's see if they start all over again and get a little bit more productive. Alright, here we go again. Frame run, re-racked. Collins breaking off. We'll be here all weekend long at the Champion Snooker Club in Concord, California. Good seats around here. Feel free to come on down. Admission is free. You got some nice cool drinks, great snacks. Don't expect to be having a meal when you come into the room, but just the right amount of food and drink to keep the snooker players going and the fans that come in and watch the live action. So first chance here to Tommy in the re-racked first frame. He's got a red just sitting over the top right corner. Tommy maybe tries and flicks off the green and a couple of cushions and gets behind that brown. Yeah, the idea just didn't have the pace, but he's a decent cue ball. Oh, just pushed out another long red here for Tommy. If he just floats it in, cue ball travel just a little bit, he could be just in prime position for the black. Because he goes aggressive and hit it with pace and just a little stun run through. Both equally difficult shots. Oh, I didn't know he maybe had a bit of an angle. It's more severe of an angle than I thought. Still got the black into the top left corner. You can't do that. Can't do that to a former champion. You know they're going to find some form. Sometimes these top-notch players, they struggle a little bit in the beginning, but if you keep giving them chances, they really start to make you pay for it. Thin cut here for Ajay, taking this black to the top left corner. Oh. Nice effort. Not sure if that's touching a red. If it is, obviously that acts as the first contact, so the striker can shoot away. Doesn't look like it is. do have any comments or questions, let us know. Where you're tuning in from. It's day one. It's a great championship. We are on the PAPSA YouTube channel. Oh no, we've been here before. It's been an interesting day one, that's for sure. I don't know what we're in store for a second re-rack. It doesn't look like it now. I think Jay easily can clip off this red and get himself back into the bulk area. Maybe play with a little bit of bottom and try and find safe behind that brown. Behind that brown. Just a little short on pace. Potential here now for Tommy possibly to do it. Just taking a look, just make sure that there's no real double that's gonna, or not double, I mean a plant, knock a red ball into this black, but just sitting on the cliffs of this top left corner, waiting to jump into the pocket. Just checking that out because he's probably gonna clip off the right side of the bunch here. Maybe he's got a chance to get behind that brown. Did the blue come to his rescue? It looks like it has. Yeah, can't get by there. It's a big pocket that Jay is playing for. Almost even need the black there. Got a bit of good fortune there as well. He's left the red by the pink into the top left corner. Ooh, lots of hits there. He's always going to be happy with that. Hasn't left anything relatively super easy for Jay, but he's giving him a chance. Jay does have this red into the top right corner, the one that he's closest to. Just on the angle, I don't know if he can get through any gaps. With it close to the cushion, he doesn't have a lot of the cue ball to work with. Oh, and he goes right in off. It's a ball in hand. He's good chance here for Tommy. little thought that the black and the pink are kind of tied up, but I definitely can take the red. He's got a brown. He's got another red that's close to the top right corner. Looks like he's going to come down for the blue. This is not a bad idea. That red over there is kind of saving grace, so you can kind of really go at this blue. Make sure of the pocket, and then just maybe open up some more reds, and maybe develop the pink, maybe even potentially the black. But he didn't get the pocket. First notice he might be okay. Yeah, that's quite the plant. Just got up. Gee, it might have just got up just a little bit too soon on that. He slowly rose up. See a lot of players stayed down, just maybe willing it to get in there. A little pathway here. That red close to the top left. Has he found the gap? He's put the black relatively safe. Pink is available. It's either a little high or straight on this red. Love to be a bit low. Because then maybe if he's just low by a bit, kind of come off that cushion left side and then push him over to the right side of the table and potentially be on the pink. Yeah, well, slap of the hand on the table and the frustrations. I'm just going to flick off this. Maybe if you can get just beside the brown, I'll just gently put his opponent onto the cushion. Sometimes I'm going to be baited into taking on this red into the top left corner. Taking a good long look. Probably knows that he is playing a former U.S. national champion, so at a moment's notice, his opponent could put a high break. Tommy's capable of those as well. Red left of the pink blocks the pawning angle, possibly for that red. It's close to the top right. And as that red in kind of the middle of the table of the three, the rightmost red, as it blocked the pawning angle, or the plant angle, I should say, for that red I just alluded to that's left of the pink. Hit that and knock the red that's closest by the top right corner. And anyway, it doesn't look like he fancies any of that. We might have had a bit of luck here. A bit of luck there. That's what happens when you're the boss. Sometimes you get all the luck. Could come back and be behind the pink as well here on this next shot. Oh, we missed the getting behind the pink, and he missed the pot, and he sold out the pot. 0 for 3 there. Oh, what an effort there. As our great friend Ken Doherty would say, it wiped its feet, but fortunately the door was still closed. Kind of a slower paced match here. Well, he's left a J opportunity. He's got 2 reds to the right middle. Looks to take them on. He's got to be very effective, as there's a red just sitting over the left middle. Quite an easy, potable position. Two reds still open. Right middle, lots of reds on the table. I don't think he's going to like where this red is going to finish. Fortunate for Tommy, there's really only the yellow on its spot. It's certainly possible that Jay can get on the yellow from here, on this red that popped up. He's low on it enough. Play a little stun. Might be able to break these up. See. He's going to go into them. Cue ball probably is going to stick around there. See, there's an elementary red that's just sitting near the left bag. Don't know. It's slow. Bringing back the rest to its position underneath the table just tells me with the body language of a Jay. I didn't really like that shot. Let's get a potential shot. Down to the top right. It's gifted Jay a great opportunity to get behind the brown here off this red. Yeah, let's see with a little bit of swerve. A lot of swerve, almost not saying it. Good hit. Cue ball didn't go in. Red didn't go in, unfortunately. He's got a decent cue ball. Put a Jay tight on that ball cushion. Jay just jacking up a little bit. Trying to just stun his cue ball right where the red is. Wow, what a shot. Looks like he's returned the snooker with a snooker. Thought we might be able to see that red actually, though, on the right side. Yeah, that's there, but Great long pot. Oh, just unfortunate. Cue ball goes in, so no reds, but penalty points of 4. Is that them? No, that's Sam playing someone else. They must be here. I just, don't know them. Not sure what's happening here. Both players are. Well, you maybe actually just told me I had to excuse himself for a quick comfort break. Usually players do it in between frames, but sometimes when nature calls, you don't want to be uncomfortable out there, so you gotta get on with things. Tommy has returned. Mother J is at the table. Some open reds. It's got a good angle on this yellow. Yeah. Naturally come back down table. How deep does he come? Just taking a peek there at that pink, actually. Seeing about what the red does. Looks like the pink just might just barely go. As you can see from that angle. It's a little tough to tell. But done a great job there. Developed the black. Unfortunately, he's on the cushion. But he's kind of the red that's to the right of the black. Looks like in a solid line into the left middle pocket. Does play with a little bit of element of safe as he'll shoot his cue ball into the bulk area. Done well not going off. Yeah, blue and green really out of commission. Tough yellow. He is kind of okay. Yeah, if that pulled up a little shorter, he would have been in a lot of trouble. Tommy does have this red to the left middle. As you can see, it's there. You can come out the cushion, get the black in the same, maybe play with a trace of right side just to check the ball. Ooh. Was he using side there? And just always tricky one side because it's at the immediate contact. It's just going to throw the cue ball just offline, just ever so gingerly. Jay's turn on the red into the middle. And Jay a bit more successful there. Got a nice black, beautiful open territory to go in and out of bulk and come back down to the business end of the table. Doesn't have to worry about any bulk colors on its spot. Do all right just to roll it in there. Hold position on this next red. Just got to be mindful of these blue and green that he's going to be queuing over. Not sure what Tommy was doing there. Was he thinking about putting the black on the pink? Just a memory lapse. Definitely have to say Tommy's one of the characters on the circuit. He's got that real pronounced Midwestern twang from Detroit. Kind of almost sounds like Jack Nicholson. But his father did wonders for the sport in America. So just a black and a red. Jay hoping for more. Both players just struggling to find some form. It's the first time for both of them on the TV table. It's been a long day. We did start at 9. And it's nice to see that some sanity has grown a little bit in our game. I think in our early stages there were times where we'd be running from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. sometimes match times, and sometimes those matches start at 9 p.m. and wouldn't finish until 11. Obviously, these billiard games, whether it be snooker, or 8-ball or 9-ball, predominantly they do like to play at nighttime. And that's when a lot of these businesses do make their money. So it's kind of a win-win situation all around. If you have a accommodating host, allows the tournament to come in earlier in the day, get the brunt of the day's matches done. And by the time the day out is closing for the tournament, like we are, getting close to, I guess, about 6:30, looking like maybe 7:30 when we might come to a conclusion of our day, maybe even 8 o'clock. But then This business will be open. Another bit of fortune for Ajaya. Wow. Can you believe it? I'm not sure if Dave Daly passed off a few of his Irish horseshoes to Ajaya. Can't see that red by the black. It's a thin cut, and I think Tommy can avoid. He wants to slice this red just left of the pink, come off 2 cushions and scoot himself back into bulk. Well, he hit it a little bit fat. Ooh, God. He's fortunate, obviously. It's a thin cut for Ajay that has a 10-point lead. This first frame of our final match of the day. Day 1 of the 2025 U.S. National Snooker Championships. Here at the Champion Snooker Club in Concord, California. That's David Burney in the booth. Got a great streaming producer, tournament director, jack of all trades. Lance Bromlin has really stepped up and earned his keep over here. It's only been day 1. There's a lot of moving parts this morning. A lot of hiccups, a lot of headaches that we had to dissolve. Say both Christian and Lance, both streaming producers that I have worked with, I think they're cut from the same cloth. Both of them, there's a lot of pressure situations that I've never seen either of them really lose their cool. They're just focused on getting the job at hand done. Going to do it as best they can, even though they might have a governing body just breathing down their neck, just trying to get the show on the road. They just calmly direct them. They're like, I'm doing as best I can. We'll get there. And sometimes it's just those nasty internet gremlins that like to poke up, and sometimes it's a head scratch, and sometimes, you know, anyone that tuned into the 2017 Richler Cup in Shooterville, you're back in Burlington, Canada. We're all ready to go for Championship Sunday. All happy to be there, getting ready for the matches. And there's a stroke of luck for Tommy Collins, so it does go both ways. But back to that story about the Richler Cup. We're all ready to go, and all of a sudden we're like, nothing's happening. Where's all our screens? Our computers aren't on. Nothing was working. Everything looks plugged in our command center. Heads were scratched. Apparently, a gentleman in the crowd just moved his seat over a little bit to get a better vantage point of the table before the action started, and tripped the cord and unplugged everything. As you probably had seen in some of our shots, that we are quite a ways away from our featured table. And just with these quite high ceilings in the room, obviously at the TV table it's a little low ceiling there, but getting out into the main room it's definitely tough to string the cable along the roof to avoid any tripping or anything like that. But players are definitely mindful. They can see what's going down on the floor. As you can see, there we are, way back there. There's Tommy in the more in the foreground. We're deep in the background. It's almost of a Where's Waldo in a snooker room. crafty streamer producer Lance. He's unmasking who is Knight Rider with this voice behind the mic. It's kind of been a little slog this first frame. It hasn't been a lot of glitz and glamour. A few lucky shots. We'll see who can take the first one. Maybe that will propel a better play by both players. A lot of players, and their back is up against it. Trying to get that pink after that red. So we're into the colors. 22-14. Tommy's played a safe shot on the yellow. If it was a bit more pace, it might have gone into that pink, but who's to be fouled there? I guess it would be the tosser of the ball. It's a nice safe shot there by Tommy. Equally as impressive from Ajaya. Don't think he's got the snooker, but Tommy's really thin. Maybe a little bit of side. It might scooch off that bulk cushion and find salvation behind the blue. Let's see what he does. The dreaded double kiss. Nice, not France. Those are beautiful. Jay trying to use that blue, but just came up a little short of pace. Did have a little re-rack in this first frame. Not sure what our time right now is. Looks like almost, or as we started the stream, it has been an hour. So yeah, this frame is probably getting close to being an hour in length. Still no clear winner. A lot of balls that are safe. Green and brown. Tommy making good use of that black. Looks like he could have the snooker. Maybe a little bit of swerve that Jay needs to do here. Just gonna wonder where all the balls are going to end up, and well, everything's all right. Well, here's a chance, a long pot for Ajaya. If I'm in his boots, both players are struggling to pot balls here, so I think I'd gear up and I'd take it on. At least give it a chance. It's only the first frame. Obviously, best of three. They're close matches. Sometimes you got to take a little chance. So he's missed it, but he's given Tommy a chance. A little bit closer space here for cue ball and the yellow ball. Taking their shots, are just missing this yellow. Yeah, Jay would need yellow, green, brown, and blue. So we have reached the hour mark. We did have a little re-rack at the beginning. They dosed around the pack a little bit. A little hiccup there, but Tommy was successful with the yellow. He's got a good chance for a double here. Take a 1 point advantage if this green is to drop. Actually, it feels like they've just turned on the air conditioning in the room, so maybe that's breathed some life into these guys and they can get on with it. Double into the green pocket. Just thinly trying to cut it in. Players need up to the pink. Little reprieve might be straight in. Jay's got to put his bridge hand onto the cushion. Was going for it. Double kiss, but he's not penalized for it. I'd be surprised if maybe Tommy goes cushion first into this brown down table and maybe can get a little cover behind the pink.
Surely it will be tomorrow, right?
Here's an opportunity for a J. It's a tough pot into that right middle with the brown.
Yeah. 11:30. 11:30. Yeah. All right.
I'm going for the pot. Obviously, it didn't look like it was there, but
11:30, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Fine. Thank you very much.
would have liked to have been tighter to the blue. The big thing is where is object ball and cue ball going to end up if he's successful with a hit. Well, that's one way to do it, Tommy. That doesn't give your opponent a chance for an easy shot. He still does need blue and pink. It's popped out. Jay does have a chance with this long blue. Jay needs all three colors remaining. flick off that pink is going to help Ajaya. Blue just coming a bit too straight on. I want it to pull up a little bit, just give him a nice natural angle to at least give him some of a chance on this black. Might be, he does have a bit of the angle actually. Looking over, so he can come down table. Oh, what a shot that has done. Well done. A little bit of angle, but these are nervy. This black for frame one, it's been a marathon of a frame. And it's in. Wow, Ajaya steals that away from Tommy Collins. Now let's see what's in store for frame two. We'll step aside for a few short moments and be right back to see if Ajaya can whitewash this or can Tommy Collins put us into a decider. And we're back here. Ajaya Pradhakar's set to break off, getting frame two under the way. What a steal he did take there. It wasn't the prettiest of frames. I think a 36 to 27. Almost looks like a football score rather than a snooker score. Some of these players get into the 50s. But nice long red there for Tommy to start the second frame. Tommy trying to cut this into the top left. This is dangerous if he is. If he misses it, it's going to be trouble. Yeah, that was a risky shot. He's opened the door now. Watching Ajaya over the years, sometimes he can get into the balls and he can definitely score heavily. He's very capable of easily putting in a half century, and he's done a century before. And he's got the pink to the left middle. Really good opportunity to draw first blood and put up a good score. I think Tommy might be in a little bit of trouble here. I know Jay has been mentioning he has relatives in town, so he's got to actually, at the conclusion of today, make his way back down to San Jose. It's about a couple-hour drive away from here. So he doesn't want to go too late into the evening. Well, he's got a choice of reds. Yeah, don't think that was the best decision Tommy made of that thin cut of that black. That is, it's high risk, definitely high reward, but the percentage of making that shot is definitely small, and as we've seen now, the result was disastrous as Jay is at the table and building a nice break here. Oh, just using that extra bit of tackle, and it just made it a bit more difficult. Jay was using his telescopic extension. Well, he's got 13 on the board. Tommy does have this red. It's away from the cluster on the left side into the right middle pocket. Trying to play a little dirty and was unsuccessful. There might be a path for a long red here. Those three on the right side, the one that's closest to the pack. Looks like from our vantage point on the TV screen that does go. Jesus Wayne, looks like there's a lot of regulars that are starting to come in the back door. So quite a discussion going on. I think someone needs to get control of them over there. Nice long red there by Ajay, and he's back in it. This is definitely a tough pink, but if this pink goes, at least he's got another red to be on. Black was not there, and nicely done. It's got a few more reds with blues here. Just ran a bit too much. He's got high on that pink. Oh, he really would have loved to have been low. Just that angle would force that cue ball up table a little bit. And then the cluster of 6 reds in the middle of the table, the bottommost one close to the pink, definitely goes into the top right. So he might play off the cushion and take that red just under his chin into the right middle. Didn't drop, but then he was on a red. So Tommy does have a chance at this red into the right middle. It doesn't. I think that pink is covering too much of the pocket. If I was a J, I might want to be calling over the roving referee in the room just to take a look at this. Any bit of fabric of that shirt touches that pink ball, it's a foul. Typical safety shot of clip off a red and go into bulk. It's kind of a bit tricky now with that red in the bulk area. They're not going to be pushing the ball up too much. That pink covering that pocket. It's a tough game when you got 6 pockets. Even tougher when there's 5 only available. Yeah, he baited Tommy into taking this red near the left middle into it. Definitely did. Unfortunately missed. Tried the blind cut. Gave it everything he could. Great effort. Still again, there's at least one red on top of all these reds in the middle that will go into the left middle or into the yellow pocket. Do remember, tomorrow we start at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's day 2, it's moving day. The round robin will come to a conclusion at day's end tomorrow, which will produce the 32 players that will be in the knockout phase. And that starts Saturday as we slowly dwindle down to see who is going to be the champion come Monday evening. Tried to snooker him behind the black, just came up a bit short. Just didn't have the correct angle there. Maybe another bait shot, baiting into Tommy to take this red in the yellow pocket. Yeah, just needs a slight little angle on it. It almost looks like whoever's to get the next red, that pink is going to be elementary to fall into the bottom of the bag. It's up against the cushion, but there is a pathway, it looks like, for that. The two reds in the middle, the one on the bottom closest to the black, it looks like it could slide by there and go into the middle. For a different one, but almost got it. Got away with it. Really, shots to nothing are out of the question when you've got a couple of reds up in the bulk area. You could try a double here into the right middle. I don't think he really is going to leave a red on. It's a great chance. I say this red isn't on, but it's a nice shot for safety for Ajaya. Almost found the bottom of that middle pocket. That would have been some shot. It's more important of leaving his cue ball close to that bulk cushion. But more and more of these reds are starting to separate a little bit. So they get spaced out. You got to be that much more careful with your safety shot. Left a red to the left middle. It's a long red. Looks like he's eyeing up to the top right corner. Oh, great long pot there by Ajaya. Wonderfully done. This should now open up. The pink should get out of that pocket. Some reds nicely opened up, so Jay just needs to keep his composure And he could be victorious in this frame. Could have been a better shot, but just he's got to be mindful of the yellow, and the red's a little bit in the way. I think he's going to have some issues with that yellow, so he's looking to take on this red into the green pocket. He's gifted a chance for Tommy. And well, another comfort break for Tommy. Where does that come into play sometimes? We've been telling people, be conscious of slow play. Tommy isn't the quickest of players, but that's a couple times in this match that he's asked for a comfort break in the middle of a frame. Tommy's making his way back to the table. There has been a lot of talk actually in the pro circuit of the overuse of comfort breaks actually. Seems almost unlike every break in the frame, players are running off. Well, the rightmost red does go in the green pocket. Does the other red just slide past that green into that same pocket? I don't know if I really like that shot. He had two into the green. He's able to get his hand on the table. But he elected for a longer shot with the rest. He just missed the double there, and he's selling out this red. Big chance for Tommy to crawl back. It's trailing by 32 points. He's got a relatively easy black, or easy red, I should say, to be on the black. He's got an angle that he can draw up for that red on the bottom of the 3, in the middle of the table. Didn't do anything with the cue ball there, just wanted to make sure the black. Does have some reds into the side. It's obviously tough with this cue ball against the cushion there. Looks like he might be trying to take this red that's near the yellow spot into the yellow pocket. This could be dangerous. And he's sold out a couple. There's a red to right middle. There's a long red for a J to the top left corner. J is nicely on the right side of the blue. As you can see, probably with his next shot, he can just follow through, and the natural angle is going to take him down with the choice of those 2 reds. Just left of the pink. Golden opportunity here. Just keep the composure. Map out your path when you're doing your pre-shot routine. And when you come down to the shot, just focus on the shot right in front of you. Got a nice angle. He's low enough that he can come back up for that open red that will go into the opposite corner pocket. Once that red goes in, that's going to free up the other red into this pocket where this black's going to go find home. Maybe it was a bit straight on. Tough to tell sometimes by these TV angles. The player that knows the best is one that's down on the shot. And they know their abilities. You know what their plan is. And they slowly nipped away. Tommy going for it there. This red needs to stop. Oh, sold out another shot to Ajaya. Don't want to be doing that when you're trailing by 38 points and you're down in the match. You need a frame to put us into a decider. Jay can just run through this. Red does pass by the pink into the top left corner. Just develop the pink a little bit to the opposite top corner pocket. He's able to get by. Got an angle on this black to come off the cushion, to come back up table. Two reds out in the open. With that brown safe on that bulk rail, that's good insurance there for Ajaya. He's a word with himself. He knew that was a great opportunity. He's just plumb on this red that's above the blue. Might have a little saving grace. So I was saying that brown is tight to the bulk cushion. It can act as a nice safe. Even yellow is not in the greatest of potting positions, and with a 45-point lead with 43 on the table, Tommy's going to have to channel his dad up in the heavens to give him some help here. He's having a rough go here. It's always tough when you miss those shots that are in your high percentage value. This red. Actually, we are in the snooker's required stage. This is just going to add insult to injury here. And that red puts a J up by 46. Obviously there's a colored on, but after a color goes down or not, there's going to be 35 on the table. That screen's going down. It's got a nice angle on this red. That should do this match in. Yeah, the rule is obviously with more than 3 snookers required when they're on the colors, it's an automatic concession. So it wasn't a marquee matchup to finish up the day, but Jay has held strong. They'll take a 2-0 frame victory over Tommy Collins into the evening. Oh, now he's just showing off. When the frame is in your mercy, those pockets become the size of buckets and everything seems to drop. All right, Ajay, let's put some highlights together. Let's run out the table to finish off the night. Do it in style. Oh, the commentator's curse strikes again. Well, there we are. 2 veterans of the game shaking hands there. Good battle there. We didn't get to see a decider, but well, that's it for us here at day 1 of the 2025 U.S. National Snooker Championships. And we might stand by and just have a quick little interview with Ajaya Pradhakar at the conclusion there. So we appreciate all your viewership all day long, everybody. It's David Burney in the booth. Please come back and see us at 9 a.m. tomorrow at Pacific Standard Time. That's 9 a.m. That's when all the action will start on day 2 of this great championship here in Concord, California. We're in the Champion Snooker Club. It's the 2025 U.S. National Snooker Championships. It's David Burney saying good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. You don't need this. Welcome back, everybody, to the 2025 U.S. Snooker Championship here at Concord, California, at the Champion Snooker Club. Here with Ajay Pradhakar, president of USA, fresh off a 2-0 victory. How are you feeling?
Um, I'm feeling good to win, but honestly, the game was just atrociously bad. I think for the both of us, I think neither of us played well. But I think in the round robin, it's about getting through. I guess that's what at least I want to tell myself because it was so bad.
It was a little bit of slog in that first
Yeah,
frame, but
it
you
was.
definitely found some form in the second.
Yeah, actually, I'm just trying to find my cueing. I feel like I played 3 matches today and I still haven't found it. So I may never find it. Is basically what I'm trying to tell you. but,
Okay.
but it's been 3 matches and I'm still kind of trying to find my cue action.
True, I think so. It's like they're short frames matches, obviously the best of threes.
Yeah,
So those are challenged, but if you can get a win, hey, a win is a win.
exactly. I think it's about that, like in the round robin, because I think it's tough to play very freely when you're just playing a best of three and like every match counts.
Definitely.
So I think everybody is playing. So I think apart from Renat, probably everyone else is playing, very cautiously, and I think that's affecting their game. Probably me as well, but it's probably more psychological.
I think these are nice formats for getting people into the game, into the sport,
Yes.
just because they feel like they're getting their money values worth. Like I know
Absolutely.
sometimes there's talk about having tournaments that are best of sevens to start off at one frame elimination, but
Yes.
some players feel like they like only 4 frames. So
Right.
where at this format you're at least playing 10 or 15.
You're exactly right, David. I think one of the things that we're trying to do is kind of democratize it a bit. In a best of three, anything can happen. I mean, we've seen very good players, kind of struggle to in the best of three, kind of evens out. Like the good players have to play really well because most of the players here can make 20, 30 hits very easily. And you're kind of under pressure. If you're 1-0 down, you're under major pressure. So it's like a test, and it also gives some of our weaker players more of a chance, like me, for example.
And maybe too. But I won't keep you too long. One last question, because I know you got a little long of a drive tonight. So with the U.S. Nationals, this is kind of the climax of the season.
Yes.
Any hints of what's going to be coming around the bend here in U.S. Snooker?
Yeah, actually, as you know, I mean, you're involved with PAPSA as well. So there's plenty of snooker kind of left in the season, with respect to like the Pan American Championships that's going to happen in Sacramento. We have the Q Tours coming up. We have other invitational events coming up, both in the US and Canada as well. It's going to be like a packed season. So the snooker players are going to love that. We are also, like, I think, towards the end of the season, we are planning to start our US tour, which will be across all the clubs, like a lot of the clubs in the United States. And, before COVID, we had 17 of those stops. So we are hoping to kind of recreate that, probably starting November this year.
Fantastic. Well, you're doing a great job here in America to promote the game, because up here in Northern California, there's a lot of rooms with a lot of tables.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, everybody, I think, including you, we kind of appreciate all your efforts. I think all of us, like the snooker community. I mean, we have a fantastic snooker community. I mean, including people like you, the room owner here, like Seer, Sanaullah Ansari, like and other room owners, be it LA, be it Seattle, be it several in New York, a new one in Modesto now.
Yeah.
So I think everybody is playing their part, and we are really growing. It's very exciting times for snooker in the U.S. as well as in Pan America, really.
Excellent. Well, as we always say, there's no I in snooker.
Yeah.
So it is a team effort.
It is a team effort, and kudos to everyone who's making it a real success.
Okay, AJ. Have a great night. Thanks again for stopping by.
Yeah, you too. Cheers.
So that's going to conclude our night here on day one of the 2025 U.S. National Snooker Championship here in Concord, California, at the fantastic Snooker Champion Club.
Take care, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time for day 2 action, round robin, moving day. Take care, everyone.
All right, cheers. Thanks, David. Perfect. Well done.